Is Muhammad Ali going to fight Superman? After he beats up that big ass alien? You know the great thing about that book? This is my absolute favorite thing about that book. For those of you who aren't aware, in the mid-'70s, there was a tabloid, Muhammad Ali versus Superman.
Yes, there was.
And the plot of the book is some aliens came to Earth and challenged Earth's champion to fight.
Now, do you have somewhere to be? Because I'd like to know what direction I should kick your ass in.
There's a moment where Superman and Muhammad Ali are basically in a debate.
Who is Earth's champion?
About who should fight the alien as Earth's representative. And Superman, being Superman, I can change the course of mighty rivers. I can fly. I have super strength. I have X-ray vision. I am actually Superman. And then Muhammad Ali says, I beat Joe Frazier's ass. I beat George Foreman's ass. There are many asses that I have beat as Muhammad Ali. I float like a butterfly.
I sting like a bee.
And it is a debate. Muhammad Ali trained Superman for the fight, whoops Superman's ass.
He whips his
and then through the power of Muhammad Ali, beats up the 17-foot alien.
Young Drunk! Hey, welcome to the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Len, a.k.a. Len, and as always, I'm joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
We are still in the month of November, which is a time of togetherness.
It is.
Here on the Micheaux Mission. And tonight we are going to sit here together and review Vincent's selection for this stop on the mission. Writer-director Barry Jenkins' feature film debut.
Yes, it was.
Medicine for Melancholy. Tonight here on the Micheaux Mission as we stream live from Young Junk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast palace to all points north, south, east, and west, which means to you out there in the chat of YouTube. Hello, missionary.
Good evening, one and all.
Vincent.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I am good. It's cold.
You know what?
It's cold. We're in the midst of a cold snap.
Yes.
Here in Philadelphia.
With that, has the temperature dipped down enough for you to turn on the heat?
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. I don't play those games.
So when did you turn it? Like this weekend or yesterday?
Definitely yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely yesterday. And it may have kicked in a lot. I don't like being cold.
Oh. Yeah. Yes, I was called out for this yesterday.
Okay.
I had a few friends over to watch the Eagles on Monday Night Football.
Sure, we won.
We did.
Oh, I know.
and you know, I thought, bodies generate heat.
That was your plan?
So
sure.
I did not turn on the heat.
Oh my. Oh, well, look, man.
And I heard about it from my friends.
Look, is somebody helping you pay?
No.
For heat? Is somebody helping you pay for it?
Not at all.
Okay.
Oh, trust me. I was fine with their scoffing at me.
Hey, put on a sweater. All right.
I said, y'all see me sitting in here with my sweat jacket on.
Right.
I'm comfortable.
Okay.
So make yourselves as comfortable as you need to be.
Look.
And eat your wings.
Right. Oh. Or not.
Exactly.
Go somewhere where it's warmer.
Exactly. But we had a good time.
Oh, good. I'm glad. And everybody warmed up.
As
we got into the team spirit.
Yes, as we got into the team spirit, as you say.
EAGLES Eagles.
Don't hurt yourself.
Go Birds.
Don't hurt yourself.
Go Birds. Go Birds. Go Birds, baby.
One day, I'm going to a sporting event with you.
No, you're not.
You would go to like a baseball game.
I mean, I'm sure if there's nothing else to do.
There's always something else to do. There's always some paint to dry.
Like we don't live in one of them Friday night light towns. Yes, we'll go to the game tonight. Then afterwards, go to the Denny's. Like we live in a major metropolitan city.
Well, wait a minute. Like you got a crew of boys, I know a couple of them are sports fans.
All of them.
So when they get together to go or watch sports,
I've been to 2 Phillies games in the past couple of years. We have a cousin who came up here when the Orioles played, and I went.
Okay.
And that was, sure.
And that was it.
Right. But just to go,
Okay. Not even like a boxing match? I'm curious if there's anything that might.
Is Muhammad Ali going to fight Superman? After he beats up that big ass alien? You know the great thing about that book? This is my absolute favorite thing about that book. For those of you who aren't aware, in the mid-'70s, there was a tabloid, Muhammad Ali versus Superman.
Yes, there was.
And the plot of the book is some aliens came to Earth and challenged Earth's champion to fight. And there's a moment where Superman and Muhammad Ali are basically in a debate.
Who is Earth's champion?
About who should fight the alien as Earth's representative. And Superman, being Superman, I can change the course of mighty rivers. I can fly. I have super strength. I have X-ray vision. I am actually Superman. And then Muhammad Ali says, I beat Joe Frazier's ass. I beat George Foreman's ass. There are many asses that I have beat as Muhammad Ali. I float like a butterfly.
I sting like a bee.
And it is a debate. Which then Muhammad Ali and Superman fight.
And what does Muhammad Ali do?
Muhammad Ali trains Superman for the fight, whoops Superman's ass.
He whips his ass.
And then through the power of Muhammad Ali, beats up the 17-foot alien. And then at the end, he has on a white turtleneck and has figured out that Superman is Clark Kent.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Is that going to be the boxing match?
No. So
I'll probably skip.
Probably will skip that.
I'll probably skip.
Very well.
All right.
Very well. Okay. Well, you can sit home and watch your complete set of the Muhammad Ali animated series.
Muhammad Ali animated series? Where Muhammad Ali solved mysteries using the power of being Muhammad Ali.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, we are off and running. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you very much. All right. Let's hear from you, missionaries, which means we're going to hear your emails, or as we like to call them,
Missives from the missionaries. I don't like how it's my picture on there. It's like, wow.
Missives from the missionaries. Vincent, we have an email from Nicole Sherman.
Hey, what's up, Nicole?
Greetings to the Micheaux men and missionaries. This past weekend, I dusted off my DVD player. Remember those?
Oh, absolutely.
And decided to rewatch one of Spike Lee's underappreciated joints, Clockers, to honor the 30th anniversary.
Wow.
I have a question for both of you. If Clockers was released during the black, quote-unquote, hood movie renaissance of the early 90s, do you think it would have stood out from the pack? Also, do you think it would have been appreciated more as the other classics of that time period? It was a random thought that came to me as this movie holds up really well. Would love to hear your thoughts. Nicole Sherman. Vincent, what say you of Spike Lee's Clockers? You think it would have stood up to the 90s?
Well, it's an interesting question because so much of Clockers, and Spike Lee has talked about this, was basically a response to the hood film.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a bit of that moment where Spike Lee is going into grumpy old man clunkiness in there. Like you know, I remember there's a whole bit with 40s, and there's a kid who plays this video game that, of course, is super violent, and I think that's really clunky. But as far as the film itself, I don't know. You know, it's a weird film when you compare it to something like Menace to Society. Because half of it is Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
Trying to solve the crime, trying to solve the murder. And then half of it is Micah Pfeiffer's character actually trying to get out of this thing. So you know, I almost don't want to group it with those movies.
Because it's trying to be a little bit more, of
right.
course.
Or just different. Like, I'm not even going to say more.
Yeah.
Just different.
Yeah.
You know, it's just got a young black guy at the center of it in an urban setting.
I think it might have stood out at that time, though, just because it is trying to do something different, trying to say something else in that moment. So to her question, I think it would have stood out. Would it still be underappreciated? I think so. Because the films of that moment, like you mentioned, Menace to Society, is like a movie that still people will still ring out.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I think it still would have maybe got a little bit lost in the sauce, as opposed to when it does come out, it kind of has the space to itself. But to your own point, Spike Lee at that moment, I think is not as his strongest as a director. He's still trying to figure some things out, his own place in the zeitgeist at that time. And I think that resonates in that movie, and I think that's why it's a little unbalanced. But, you know, it is underappreciated.
And not figure, because this is after the first wave. Like, figure out in this moment.
In that moment.
Like,
that's
as
what
a
I mean.
mature filmmaker. And
Yeah.
You know, you say figure it out. It's like you know, it's like in a half hour we're going to talk about Barry Jenkins coming out the gate.
Well,
so, you know, when we say figure out, it's like you think like a young filmmaker.
No, just figuring out how he's going to move
like
from
how
here.
he moves to this,
in this area.
Yeah, I agree.
Which to that point actually brings up that on the recommendation of someone, I can't remember who, to be fair, I finished Spike Lee's latest film, Highest to Lowest, which I had started.
Yeah.
And I finished it this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I had only gotten maybe 20 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
So now I said, well, let me finish this movie.
Yeah.
If Spike Lee is Denzel Washington, let me finish it. That is a clunky movie.
Yeah.
That is a very clunky, long, arduous affair in that film. I can't remember if we talked about it here on our Patreon show, but you had mentioned, you know, seeing it and referencing that Denzel Washington and A$AP Rocky, who was kind of like the other star of the film, but they're really not on the screen together much.
Right.
Not until do they share maybe 20 minutes of screen time?
I don't think it's 20 at all.
It's probably not even 20 minutes.
Knocking on 15.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's when the movie starts to percolate at least a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're already 2 hours into the film.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really clunky film, and I can't land it all at defeated Spike either. Though, to be honest, I don't think Denzel is on that sure footing as he usually is in that film. Either
Again, not to reheat this. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear two old rich dudes.
Yeah.
Talk about the youth culture of today. Because I know you don't like it. And you don't really have anything that's substantive to add.
Not at all.
Besides what came before this was better.
Not at all.
Which, should be clear, I 100% agree with you. But, like, wispy, racially ambiguous girl ain't for you. Let wispy, racial ambiguous girl who makes the music of today, like, let her make her music, and the kids like the vibe and little little scrappy doobity-doop and you sound like he got hit in the head, and he, like, let him make his little music, and it's a vibe, and the kids like it, and it's not for you.
It's not.
Why
It's
are you
not.
talking about it?
And what is Jeffrey Wright doing in that movie?
His best?
He is. Yeah, you're right. Because his character is
Right.
not. It's not. It's just not a good movie. I really did not enjoy the movie.
It is. Yeah.
I did not enjoy anything
I actually
about the
enjoy
movie.
Jeffrey Wright and Denzel Washington together. There are moments in the car, the moments when they actually go to hunt down A$AP Rocky.
Okay, yeah, I
Right,
mean,
like I actually like the dude, I really just come back to the plot. Like, I think this film where Denzel's character is not L.A. Reid takes care of 70% of my issue with it. Like, Denzel don't have to wear that piece on his head. He don't have to be cool and like. But again, I think back to the original statement talking about clockers. I think Spike Lee and credit where credit. I do think as you get older and you move into this sort of elder statesman role, and certainly Spike Lee is the voice of a generation of filmmakers. So now he's moving into this mode as an elder and a mentor. So he feels like he should have commentary.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that there has to be a level of self-reflection. And I'm joking, but certainly I do this, and I know you do. Like, some shit just ain't for you.
That's right. That's right.
Like, you don't have to like it because it's not for you.
exactly.
So just don't comment on it. Like, let the kids
Just let it be
just let it be.
and do you.
Make another movie. Like, I'm sure you and Denzel can make a movie about an aging. I mean, hell, he did Macbeth. Do King Lear. Like, do something about an aging bro. I mean, you did Fences 10, 15 years ago. Like, stay in that lane.
See, but to be fair to that is Denzel staying in that lane. Spike is the one that needs to maybe the push there.
Right. Like,
And he started to move there maybe with the Five Bloods, but that was what it was.
the Five Bloods. Right. I think there is almost through the prism of a film that we talked about years ago, Big Words, where Big Words was about these aging MCs.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Shout out to Dorian.
shout out to our good friend Dorian Missick. I think Spike Lee as this cultural figure, it's interesting. I've been there a few times now, and my daughter was in town. We went to the Air Flight,
Okay.
which is the Jordan store. And here in Philly, speaking of, it's always something else to do here in Philly. We have the only Jordan store in America.
Really?
Yeah, the other one, it's one in Paris. I think it's one in Tokyo. The only one in America is here in Philadelphia.
Wow, I
the
didn't know
World of
that.
Flight. But you go there, it's a Michael Jordan store, and they have all of the Jordan stuff,
All of them,
obviously.
yeah.
And you're really cognizant of the fact that Michael Jordan, as a cultural figure, has been that way for like 40 years, damn near.
I know.
But when Michael Jordan becomes a cultural figure, this is almost the exact moment where Spike Lee becomes a cultural figure. So Spike Lee is a cultural figure. And now it's 30, 40 years later. Like, there's something, like there's meat there about the aging artist and your standing and what that looks like, and legacy, and you have children, and what does it mean to be an iconoclast, but now you're part of the establishment. Instead of you telling me about these singers of today.
Yeah.
So I guess we are going to redo it. Thank you.
We got an email from Sean Simmons.
Hey, what's up, Sean?
Good evening, Len, Vincent. I hope this email finds you both well. I referenced the Living Single Rewatch podcast with Kim Coles and Erica Alexander in a previous email.
Yes, great podcast.
Excellent podcast.
Yeah.
This past week, I saw that Thelma Hopkins and Kelly Williams are starting their own Family Matters rewatch podcast.
Okay.
This trend got me thinking, and I'd love to get your separate takes. What two rewatch podcasts from Black-led sitcoms or shows with a prominent Black lead would you be most interested in? The format would be a deep dive into each episode with backstage stories, guest co-stars, writers, etc., with nothing off limits. For your choices, we've got an assignment here, Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
Both shows must have been off the air for at least 20 years.
Okay.
Name two or three hosts from the original cast, and for at least one of the shows, the people you name must be alive, allowing for one potential live podcast and one dream podcast where you can choose cast members who are no longer with us. And then Sean offers that his first pick would be a Martin podcast hosted by Tisha Campbell and Tichina Arnold.
Well, he took my choice.
And his second choice, which I feel like is going to be taking your second choice, would be a Different World podcast, structuring the host by season, with Kadeem Hardison and Dawn Lewis for season 1, and then Kadeem Hardison, Cree Summer, and Charnel Brown for seasons 2 through 6.
I actually wouldn't have chosen that.
Happy to do what I can to support the mission. He is indeed a proud Patreon patron.
Thank you, sir.
It's interesting that he brings up a Different World podcast.
Mm-hmm.
When I was at Push Black, a good friend of mine, Ronald, actually pitched to us doing a Different World podcast, which I was actually very hot on, but the powers that be at Push Black were not.
It's too bad because you saw the revamp is going to Netflix.
Yes. This was several years ago. We could have been ahead of the curve.
Could have been ahead of had stuff in the
No one wants to listen to the podcast producer that they hired.
Yeah.
That's a story for another time. So he took your first choice, which would have been Martin. I'm curious, for your Martin podcast, would you have pulled Tisha and Tichina?
He did it exactly how I would have done it.
Okay.
Because you know me, I'm just looking for a reason
To get them out
for
there.
Tisha for Tisha Campbell and Tichina Arnold to be together.
That's what I'm saying. Get those two out there.
Yeah,
like whatever.
Like whatever they want to do. Like I
You don't care.
they can be my DoorDash people.
Yes.
They can be personal shoppers. They can come and teach. Like just the two of them together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would have been your first choice. But you're saying Different World wouldn't have been your second choice. What would be your second choice?
Are we assuming that everything's on the table?
Yeah,
Actually, we're
under
not,
these parameters.
because I do think sort of, and this is actually a little fascinating to me. The few times I've listened to the Living Single podcast, what people say and then what people don't say.
Oh yeah.
I would love a girlfriend's podcast.
Oh yeah, because there was some drama there.
Hosted by Persia White and Golden Brooks.
Okay. Yeah, because there was some little like behind the scenes type of stuff between the actors, but between them and the producer Kelsey Grammer. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, Vincent.
Tracy Ellis Ross fascinates me. Just her career, and as a public figure.
Yeah. Because I've
She fascinates me.
Yeah.
Just as a public figure, and I've really been interested the past 2 or 3 years. I won't say revisionist because that's a really strong word. The reclamation of the narrative of girlfriends that has happened.
Has there been? I
think the 3 actresses appeared on an episode of Blackish, and every time there's an anniversary, it's always because I follow all 4 of them on Instagram.
Okay.
So it's kind of fascinating to see who, because I loved Girlfriends.
I maybe watched 2 episodes.
I loved Girlfriends, and it over the years it has been interesting to see the ebbs and flows of the relationships and how the narrative has changed in you know, everybody's a hero in their own story.
Okay.
And other people are always the villain in that same story.
Interesting.
And then you have 4 different stories.
Well, there you go.
So I would say Girlfriends.
All right.
How about you?
I was actually going back and forth in my mind, and I think I'm landing on, and this is just anecdotally from what I hear, may have similar stories to tell. And there actually may be a podcast. I don't even know. Moesha.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, Moesha would be fantastic.
Yeah, I would want a Moesha.
Who would host it?
Okay. See, it can't be Brandy.
No.
It can't be Brandy.
No.
I honestly think, and I know you want to maybe pull somebody like that's attached to the show for it.
Oh, no, you got to pick a cast member. You got to pick some cast members.
Oh, God. Okay, then who was was it Monique? No, Monique wasn't on that.
No, Monique was on the Parkers, the spinoff.
She was on the Parker, but I can't remember the
Countess Vaughn?
Right.
Okay, and who else?
Countess Vaughn and I can't think.
I would choose a little brother. And I
can't remember his name.
I don't know the actor's name.
I was thinking
the
of
actor
him.
that played the little brother.
I was thinking about, but wait a minute.
And Countess Vaughn.
Okay, yeah. It's Countess Vaughn. Definitely Miles. I'm seeing Sharon
Miles.
Eldridge. Thank you, Sharon.
I was thinking Miles and Countess Vaughn.
Yeah. They would be the hosts for Moesha, and because I've heard some things about that.
I mean, and by heard some things,
some of
just watch the show. Like, just watch the show. Like Camille went through a Moesha period.
Oh,
like
really?
2-3 years ago. So she watched it from beginning to end. And I was dipping in and out with her. And it is insidious.
Oh, really?
The way the Norwood family wormed their way into that show with Ray J and the way the plot changed. And,
see, I'm not even aware. I've maybe watched the first season. And let go.
Oh, see, this is where you and I differ. You like first seasons. I like last seasons because the last seasons are. It's so funny. Wendy showed me a picture today. I know I'm all over the place, but Wendy showed me a picture today. Len, I laughed for 5 minutes. It was a picture of Howard Rollins from the last season of In the Heat of the Night before he left. Remember he had a perm? Remember he had a perm? He had a perm. And I love that season because he had like a straight perm. And everyone had to pretend.
It never happened.
We all had to pretend this was a normal thing for a human being to have. Chief, I've picked up the fingerprints. I think that we need to go down and look at the coal factory. Well, Virgil, I guess we should. Well, I'll call the lab. It's like, we're not going to talk about the perm.
No.
We're not going to talk about Virgil's perm. Poor Anne-Marie Johnson is trying to pretend that this is a normal thing for her husband to have. Yeah, the last season of Moesha is crazy.
It's not that I only like first seasons. It's just that I watched the first season of Moesha and then I recognized, hey, this seems like a cool show, but I don't think it's for me.
It's not for me, sure.
So go with God. I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah.
So that was it. It was no knock on the show.
I liked it when it got real train wrecky and Shirley Ralph left and
So by that criteria, is your favorite season of Martin the last season when that show really went off the rails? It was riding on the side of the rails.
Favorite is strong, but I have to admit, I watched more of the last season than I ever would have watched once I heard that Tisha Campbell and Martin Lawrence couldn't be on the same set, and how they kept doing this
coming in and out of doors,
and it was a split screen, and then they were across the country from each other. I was like, wow. It's like the last episode of The Cosby Show where Denise calls and says, and everybody's on the phone, "Hello, Denise." And Denise says she's pregnant, but that's all you get, Elisa Bonet.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right, let's continue on with these emails.
All right.
We got an email from Ro.
Hey, what's up, Ro?
I think we've just discovered the true definition of friendship.
Okay, what's that?
Well, what is that, you ask?
I
The email says, a true friend is someone who will sit there for 20 minutes
Okay.
while you go through your notebook
Okay.
and recast It's a Mad, 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 Mad World with an all-black cast.
Look. Look, Ro.
By the time you got to Don Knotts, I said, oh, Len has thought about this extensively.
Yeah.
As someone who grew up loving that movie as a kid, I thoroughly enjoyed every second of that 20 minutes. Shout out to Vincent for letting his man cook. Great show, guys. Peace and be well, Ro.
Look, Ro. I don't have to like everything. I don't have to like everything. But yes, it was 20 minutes.
I know. I can tell by the YouTube short that you can find on YouTube at Micheaux Mission.
Right. Is it a short?
Well, it's 20 minutes, not
Like
the whole
an
show.
Episode of the Jeffersons.
We got an email from Michael Lockett.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Len, Vincent, rest of the fellow missionaries, let me first thank Commandant Webb. I knew you liked It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, but damn, Len, you brought out the notebook and put in work.
Yeah.
I
20 minutes.
enjoyed the hell out of the It's a Black, 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 Black World.
There you go.
Talking us through this casting choices. Sorry, Vincent.
Hey, look. Hey, look. It's a collective.
Last week's movie, Disappearing Acts, was something that slipped past my radar forever up until now. I found this film touching and engaging. Wesley, sure enough, could have been a leading man in Hollywood had his finances not turned into a mess. This film made me elevate Sanaa Lathan. Is there any type of role she can't play? We also got some great supporting acting from people like Regina Hall, Q-Tip, and John Amos. It's a shame this never saw butts in seats in dimly lit theaters all over the country. There is not a role that Sanaa Lathan can't play, but to be fair, nipping right at our heels in this very film is Regina Hall, a woman who can play anything.
Look.
And I love Sanaa Lathan, but Regina Hall is Regina Hall.
Look. A beast.
Michael continues, on my time travels, I exited the way back with you two as you critiqued 3 the hard way.
Yeah, 3 the hard way.
You two had me rolling, and I thank you since this movie sucked.
Hey.
This is a cult classic and name only to me. There are so many shortcomings and nonsensical pieces of this. I was thankful they kept me on track with the repetitive theme song.
I was about to say the theme song tells you the plot.
I would really like to find any of these 3 talking about this project in an honest way. Not work you can really be proud of from my perspective. Vincent.
Yes. I love 3 the hard way.
I truly appreciate you voicing your meh at Avatar. It is such an overblown franchise. Like you, it has left me empty both times I have watched it. A quick question, since you both opened the Ray Harryhausen box, though.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of getting introduced to him watching Jason and the Argonauts and the various Sinbad movies on Saturday afternoon TV. Mm-hmm. Have you two seen the docuseries Light and Magic on Disney Plus? Almost all of the original people brought up in that would come to form ILM. Mm. They were indeed students and fans of Harryhausen.
Yeah.
It's a good watch, especially if you want to see how so many scenes from so many films were created. All the best, Michael Lockett. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. I've not seen that documentary, but I've heard of it. I've heard good things.
I have one last email, Vincent.
All right.
This is from Doc G.
What's up, Doc?
My brothers. Your show on disappearing acts started pretty controversial.
Okay. What was the controversy?
I lit up when you broached the subject of it's a mad, 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 mad world. My father turned me on to the film when I was a kid, and we watched it faithfully when it used to come on television once a year.
Sure.
Time is precious, so let me get right to my points.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
One of you mentioned why there hasn't been a movie like this with comedians of the culture. Wouldn't Uptown Saturday Night be a close one? Main characters on the run to get their money, cameos of popular comedians of the day, end up in a hospital. I think Sidney Poitier was inspired. Maybe, but it's not jam-packed enough with enough actors in it.
But I do think that's the closest we've ever gotten.
It probably is.
Yeah, I think that's the closest we've ever gotten.
Would that be the closest, or would Harlem Nights?
It's more people in Uptown Saturday Night.
Is it?
Harlem Nights, it really is the big three. I know retroactively we talk about Charlie Murphy.
And Della Reese and Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall, yeah, I think you're pushing it with Uptown Saturday Night. I'm just saying, with Harlem Night.
I'm just saying with Uptown Saturday Night, you're talking about Bill, Sidney, and Harry.
Right. And then you throw in Flint Wilson. You throw in Richard Pryor. You throw in
Calvin Lockhart.
Okay.
All right.
You throw in, did you say Harry Belafonte?
I did say Harry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair.
Yeah.
I forgot about Richard Pryor being in there too.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, his point, Doc G's point. It was mentioned that this was a cross-country race to get to the money. However, his nerd glasses obviously on, they actually traveled from the Los Angeles 29 Palms area to San Diego.
Oh.
The movie Rat Race, similar premise, was more of a cross-country race as they traveled from Las Vegas to Silver City, New Mexico. Good point.
I think Cannonball Run was cross-country too.
Well, yeah, but that is decidedly a race. Rat Race is actually inspired by it's a mad world.
Right.
They're actually after money, and that is a movie that. Well, I couldn't get my daughter to sit down for a mad world, or not stay seated to watch it. We did go to the movies to watch Rat Race, and she loved that.
Okay.
So that's our
Sure.
mad world. His third point.
Okay.
When you began creating your reimagined cast, I was with you until you hit Queen Latifah as Mrs. Marcus, but then you changed it to Jennifer Lewis. Let me say, because of that, I was inspired to create my own re-inspired list. I tried to bring together old and new comedians, not just those who are hot right now. I know it's long, so you can share a couple with the other missionaries as time allows. Now, I'm not going to share, and he goes in, and I'm not going to share his whole list, but I'm just going to point out a couple of changes that he made. He would swap out for Jimmy Durante, Ronaldo Ray. You know the comedian Ronaldo Ray?
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice.
Okay.
He would not
voices.
He would not cast Denzel Washington in the Spencer Tracy role.
Okay.
He would cast Danny Glover.
Okay.
Not bad. He would not cast Dion Cole in the Sid Caesar role, the more straight man of it. He would cast Robert Townsend.
Okay.
And then as his wife, he would cast Tachina Arnold.
Okay.
And then I think actually this is his most inspired casting. There are 2 gas station attendants in the film who have this hysterical scene with Jonathan Winters in the movie.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And they're played by Arnold Stang and Marvin Kaplan, famously two voices from the Top Cat cartoon show.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a nerd. But he would cast in the gas station as those gas station attendants, Kevin Hart and Cat Williams. I think that's inspired. That is actually inspired, Doc G.
All right.
You get props for that one. All right. And he makes some other choices, and some of them, I agree or disagree, but he too has his cast for It's a Mad World.
Well, fantastic.
We have to make this happen.
Have to make what happen?
It's a black world.
Sure.
Okay. I'm glad you're with me on this.
All right.
All right. That we will make it so.
Right.
All right. That has been our emails.
All right.
You can have your voices heard here on the Show Mission. You can just send us an email at micheauxmission@gmail.com. That's MICHEAUXMISSION@gmail.com. And while you're at it, if you're looking for a way that if you want to support the Micheaux Mission, you can support us by becoming a patron of the Micheaux Mission on Patreon. Where for just $5, not only will you receive exclusive news about what's going on with the Micheaux Mission and help us actually expand the world of the Micheaux Mission in 2026, as we have some great plans that we will be sharing on Patreon very soon.
Yes.
You will also gain access to exclusive content. 3 monthly podcasts, The Binge Lounge, as well as Serial Killers, which feature Vincent and I chopping it up, as well as Len's Secret Movie Podcast, where I chop it up with my good friend Ariel Johnson about movies of our choice. We actually just posted, Vincent, our review of the 2 Jungle Book movies.
Okay.
The one from 1967, the animated film, and the computer animated quasi live action film from 2016.
Oh, trust in me.
Yes.
All right.
Good time. It was a fun review.
All right.
So go to Patreon at Micheaux Mission and help support the show. And if you can't do that, which is absolutely fine, then on the podcast catcher of your choice, whether it be Apple, Spotify, YouTube, you can follow the Micheaux Mission, subscribe to the Micheaux Mission. You can hit the bell, be notified of when new shows go up. That really helps us. Give us a 5-star rating and a review, because that really helps people find the show. And you can tell at least one person.
Tell one person
about the show.
I have to say, I see the numbers steadily.
They're steadily going up.
Climbing. So those of you who have told a person, thank you for that. Those of you who've not told a person, please do.
Please do. All right.
All right.
And with that, it is now time for the Game of Kings.
The Game of Kings.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin. Six Degrees of D'Urville Martin, where I give Vincent 2 actors, not 6 actors, just 2 actors.
2 actors.
And he has 6 films or less to connect them to D'Urville Martin. Mm-hmm. That man who lives in a mad black world of his own.
Of his own.
All right, Vincent, keeping it in theme.
Okay, what is the theme?
We are going to be reviewing Medicine for Melancholy.
We are.
From 2008, the feature film debut of Barry Jenkins.
It is.
In theme, I have 2 actors.
Okay.
Who have starred in films.
Okay.
That have to do with medicine.
Okay.
And in doing so, you cannot choose the films that they're medicine films as part of your degrees to D'Urville Martin.
Okay.
You should be able to do this.
All right.
All right.
What we got?
Starting with, in 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin
to
the star of 1980's The Elephant Man, John Hurt.
Wait, is that like Children of a Lesser God?
That John Hurt? John Hurt, yes. I'm not showing him. I'm not seeing him. At least
That's not him. Who's in Children of a Lesser God?
I'm looking through his filmography to see if I.
Well, go to Children of a Lesser God.
Well, okay. Well, it was easier for me to go to his and see whether or not he was in it. You know,
Because he was in some Marvel stuff.
Because he's not in that. He's not in Children of.
What am I thinking about?
I don't know who you're thinking about.
Let me see his picture.
Let me bring his picture up.
Let me see an old picture of him.
A picture of him, old or younger?
A younger picture. Because I think.
Let's see, a young picture of John.
Because I think I know who this is.
This ain't crazy young. What about this picture?
Yeah. Yeah. You know exactly who he is.
I know who he is.
Yeah, you know exactly who he is. He's Mr. Chestburster. He's Mr. Chestbuster. Because,
I was wondering when you were going to get there.
Yeah. Derville Martin is in Dolomite with Rudy Ray Moore. And then Rudy Ray Moore is in The Monkey Hustle with Yaphet Kotto. Yaphet Kotto is an alien.
There you go.
With John Hurt, who thought things were lovely. You know the story, right? You know the story of the scene?
I know the scene. I don't know the...
You know the story of the scene? Mm-mm. So for those of you who've never seen Alien, John Hurt plays the character. He is the first person to get infected. He's the first person with the chest burster, and this is in the first Alien movie. So no one knows anything about the thing. The face hugger jumps on his face. Mm-hmm. Everyone freaks out. But then the face hugger falls off, and everyone's like, okay. And they have the dinner scene where famously the xenomorph burst out of his chest.
Right.
Now, Ridley Scott, the director of Alien, did not tell the cast what was going to happen.
Oh, so only he and John Hurt knew.
He and John Hurt knew. He said, basically, something's going to happen. He kind of gave him a general outline of the scene. But no one knew all that was going to happen. So the looks on the faces of the cast, it's an amazing scene.
Wow.
Those are genuine shocks.
Wow.
Yaphet Kotto, because Yaphet Kotto, see, you talked about Len talking about 20 minutes about man. Understand, I could sit here for a half hour and talk about that scene. Yaphet Kotto's character actually, because he starts convulsing, and Yaphet Kotto's character is the one who's trying to help him. So he's right there when it burst out of his chest. Oh. And the look on Yaphet Kotto's
because he had no idea.
I guess it's in the script, but Yaphet Kotto grabs a knife to try to stab the xenomorph. Which is why Yaphet Kotto is one of the great black characters in science fiction. Because it's like, well, absolutely, you're supposed to kill this thing. And then, the android stops them because, of course, they're trying to get it home for the company. Right. But yeah, John Hurt is an alien. Oh my goodness!
Very good.
Oh my goodness! Who's in Children of a Lesser God though?
Children.
What's his name?
Hold on.
Isn't his name Hurt?
Children of a Lesser God from 1986. William Hurt.
William Hurt.
Yes. No relation.
No relation to John Hurt.
Right.
Who was enjoying his meal. Then the chest burster busted out of his chest.
It busted out of
Yes,
his
it
chest.
did.
That's exactly what it did. All right. Well done, Vincent.
All right. John Hurt. What's the medicine movie?
The Elephant Man.
Oh, right. Elephant Man. How'd you like the Elephant Man? I know people have very strong opinions about the Elephant Man.
I remember liking it.
Do you like it as much as the play?
I never
Better
saw
or
the
worse?
play.
Never saw the play?
No. Did you like it?
I did. I like both versions.
Oh, okay.
I see that because people say that in the in the play they don't use the prosthetics.
Yeah.
Like he actually does some body contortions, and I've heard people say that it was a cheat for the prosthetics that they use in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I like both versions.
Okay.
But I thought maybe as a theater guy, maybe you had a strong opinion.
No, I haven't seen it. Now I do know this is the fact that I knew.
Talked about Matt Ward for 20 minutes, so I thought maybe you had a.
I thought maybe. Okay. Curious whether or not you knew this. The film was directed by David Lynch. Do you know who one of the executive producers was?
I do not.
One of the executive producers was, in fact, uncredited to avoid films anticipating what the movie was about because of his name. But one of the biggest executive producer of The Elephant Man was Mel Brooks.
Interesting.
Yes, that Mel Brooks.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
But he just didn't want. He said,
"Sure,
don't put my name
I
on
don't
there
want
because
people to think it's gonna."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Vincent. Number two. In 6 films or less. Connect D'Urville Martin to one of the stars of 2006's science fiction romantic drama from Darren Aronofsky, The Fountain.
Okay.
Rachel Weisz.
This is a little bit of a cheat, though. Because to be clear, I would not know who she was to save my life. Like, just ordinarily, I would not know who she was to save my life. But they just talked about it either yesterday or the day before yesterday that they're redoing The Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that she was in The Mummy Returns with The Rock. And then The Rock is in, let's say, The Other Guys with Samuel L. Jackson, who's in Jackie Brown with Pam Grier, who's in Sheba Baby with D'Urville Martin.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't feel like like I never would have known her. Like literally in the past 48 hours, I read the story about her and The Mummy. It's like, oh, Brendan Fraser. Oh, okay. Like I was happy for Brendan Fraser, and it was like, oh yeah, her, right. And to be clear, I didn't like The Mummy.
The first one?
Either one. I didn't like them.
Man, I mean,
I actively did not like them. Like I didn't
like The Mummy Returns.
I didn't like the tone. Like I didn't like I wanted it to be more of a straight ahead horror movie, and I thought it was like watered down Indiana Jones.
I mean, that's what it was.
Right. So
I thought it was cute.
So to be clear, I got that one, but I didn't get that one because that was in my head.
Okay.
I got that one because I just read a story about her yesterday.
All right. Very good. You got it, though.
Yeah.
That's all that counts.
Okay. All right.
That's all that counts.
All right.
That's the win.
That's the win. We're going to take the win.
We're going to take the win.
Going to take the win. All right. There you go.
All right. Well done, Vincent.
All right.
Now it's time for us to move into our review of 2008's Medicine for Melancholy. Medicine for Melancholy is a 2008 romantic drama written and directed by Barry Jenkins in his feature directorial debut. It stars Wyatt Cenac, Tracy Higgins, and Elizabeth Acker. It chronicles the one-day romance of Micah and Jo, 2 Black 20-somethings who have a one-night stand and end up spending a full day and night together despite Jo's long-distance relationship with a wealthy white gallery owner. This film, which, as mentioned, was the debut of Barry Jenkins, was a critical darling when it was released, with Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times giving it 3.5 out of 4 stars, calling the actors effortlessly engaging and the direction assured. He also noted that it was beautifully photographed by James Laxton, the cinematographer, and Vincent's selection for tonight's stop on the Micheaux mission. Vincent, what say you of Medicine for Melancholy?
Well, look, man, I'm going to start and end in the same place. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. I think when we talk about love, we tend to focus on true love, forever love. Like, I'm an old married guy, so, till death do us part, love, and obviously that is beautiful. But I do think that there is something beautiful about a moment, about a love that really has a very, very quick expiration. Like it's a soap bubble that the light hits.
That's a nice metaphor.
And part of the reason it's so beautiful is because this is just a moment. This is just a moment, and you've been blessed to see this moment or be a part of this moment. And as you mentioned, this film chronicles one of these moments. The irony is it starts with sex. Jo and Micah have had a drunken one-night stand at a party in San Francisco. They wake up the next day, kind of do a version of a bird bath in a sink, kind of brush their teeth with some toothpaste they find. And Micah wants to extend this moment. Jo, as you mentioned, is in a relationship. We'll talk about her relationship, obviously, and pushes him away. I think one of the many notable things about this plot is that it is very forward up front with the fact that this connection has no real foundation.
Right.
From the very beginning, Jo is trying to say that what we had sex the night before drunkenly, and we're not doing this.
She's trying to disengage from the beginning.
There's a sequence before the credits come on where Michael talks her into going in to get coffee. Coffee turns into breakfast. He tells her, "I don't know your name. My name is Micah." She gives him a fake name,
Angela. They
get in the cab, share a cab to go home. He goes in the opposite direction of where he lives to try and go with her. She gets out the cab and leaves.
Doesn't want him to know where she lives.
And this is really supposed to be the end of the story. But then she leaves her purse. And he frankly stalks her.
Frankly, he does.
Finds her, tracks her down to her boyfriend's apartment, gives it back to her. Once again, it is time for you to go. And it is only when he charms his way into extending this a little longer. And it is really almost to the halfway point of this film where Micah doesn't have to say to her, "Can we just extend this a moment longer?" Like, that is how tenuous this is. And just that, I think, is beautiful. Like, you see these two young people kind of have this, not even push and pull, it's pull on his part, and I'm going to release on her part. And this momentary human connection, I think, is resonant. And you know, not to put too much on it, but I do think watching this after the pandemic, when so many of us realized what human connection means, and again, how tenuous it is, how fleeting it can be, there's something kind of poetic about this love story and just the way it unfolds. And if it was just that, I think this film would be worthy of celebrating, worthy of coming back to again and again. But then you have these two themes that kind of run through with the film as well. So we said, you know, there's a Micheaux mission, so it's no surprise. These are two black people. And these are two black people in San Francisco in the early 21st century. A city that, as Micah says in the film, 7% of the people in San Francisco are black.
That's right.
So this is an environment where there aren't a lot of black people. And these two black people making this connection, race, as Micah says, is important and it's not important. And watching the way these two exhibit race and how they are racialized, I think I've always loved Jo as this amazingly kind of airy, almost carefree black girl who is black, but she wears it very lightly. Like this is not an over-defining part of my personality, because this is the way I go through life is not like this. I think there's a theme throughout where, and we'll talk about this much more in a moment, where Micah is much more concerned with the nuts and bolts and pragmatic part of life, where one of the first exchanges he says to her is, you know, what do you do?
What do you do? Yeah.
And she says, what do you mean, what do I do? And then he says, well, how do you pay rent? And she says, well, there's what I do, and it's how I pay rent. These aren't the same things. But for Micah, this is all intertwined because you have to pay rent. But Jo doesn't have to pay rent. And one of the things that you see once you've watched this over and over and over again, Jo pays for one thing this entire film.
Nope.
And that's the photo booth when they go to a party.
That's it.
Jo's life is not one connected to these material concerns. So whether we are talking about my breakfast, which even that, he has an Americano, which is a black coffee, and eggs and toast. Like this is something that you know, this is fuel. She has a macchiato in a Belgian waffle.
Yes. This is an indulgence.
So even this level of detail. But I think this is an amazing depiction of black womanhood. When we talk about it on here all the time. When it's black women and black women got to hold it down and they got to be concerned. They got to take care and they got to clean up the mess and they got to do this and go, you get lost, find you a black woman and this, that, and the other. Like, I love this, I love this ethereal black woman who kind of floats.
Yeah.
And then you have Micah, who is this black man who, you know, has this simmering anger because of his frustration with life in the city and everything that goes along with that, and is intertwined with the other big theme, this changing city.
The gentrification.
It's funny, you and I, we actually talked about this film damn near 10 years ago at this point. You know, it was a very early conversation, and we talked about the changing city then. And since then, the city has, and if you live in the city, if you've been in the city, if you love cities, it is something it's frustrating to see the city change, and from what you wanted it to be and from what you think it is. And all of this intertwines into this wonderful narrative. And then there's the filmmaking. So you said this is Barry Jenkins' first film.
Mm-hmm.
This is a powerhouse debut. You talked about John, I just forgot the cinematographer's name. His name
John
just,
Langston.
John Langston. This film is desaturated for the most part. You have hints of color.
Yes.
A hint of red.
Mm-hmm.
A hint of yellow.
Yeah.
You have moments where you have, there's a scene where the two of them are on a carousel where you get a burst of color.
Mm-hmm.
But it really is a study in grays. And Barry Jenkins is so confident in the filmmaking. I went into the film today thinking it, and I challenged myself and watched it from the very beginning to the very end.
Okay.
There is not a frame in this film that if you pick up your controller and pause it, you couldn't print it out and put it on the wall. The blocking, the angles, this is a beautiful film. From the moment it starts to the moment Joe rides off on a bike.
Yeah.
The script is human. It flows in and out. These two actors, Wyatt Cenac and Tracy Higgins, are amazing because the film is just them two.
That's it.
The rhythm together, one of the little details that you hear when you read about this movie, and you can see it once you look for it. Tracy Higgins is an actress, so she reads the script, memorizes the script. Wyatt Cenac is a comedian, so there's a fair amount of improv in this film. So that she laughs and jokes, but it's so natural. And it is, I said it when it came out. I always boast, like one of my Micheaux mission boasts is that you and I, like everybody love Barry Jenkins now. Like everybody love Barry Jenkins now.
Yeah.
But this is a triumph.
Mm-hmm.
This is an absolute triumph. And this was a wonderful introduction to one of the great filmmakers of our time.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny you were talking about the comedian and that versus the actress of it all, and I couldn't help but be reminded watching this film. There was a very series that didn't last long, on years ago, called Anything But Love. It starred Jamie Lee Curtis and the comedian Richard Lewis.
Okay.
And it was about those two getting together and having a relationship. Mm-hmm. And I think it maybe lasted 3 seasons. Maybe.
Okay.
But it was so ahead of its time because it really was just about them getting together. It felt so real. And watching this film, knowing Wyatt Cenac from the Daily Show, right? So knowing that he can be funny, certainly an urbane level of funny, not over the top or anything like that, but knowing that he had that in him, and watching the two of them maneuver, you're right. It seems so effortless. I knew that he was improvising because of just, learning about the movie. But sometimes you can feel when people are improvising.
Yeah.
This still felt so natural.
Yeah.
It felt like just natural dialogue between the two of them. It's such a beautiful connection that they honestly develop on the camera. Because as much as you feel their connection, you feel their disconnection in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Just like when she is 100% trying to disengage from this situation, you feel it, and you feel him kind of like reaching or wanting to reach, in the silence of some of these moments. So it was very well done, and extremely patiently directed by Barry Jenkins, because he wrote the script, so he knew what he wanted to do, but to just take the time to walk with them through the city, to ride the bike with them through the city, I think what one of the most powerful moments for me was that when they go to the Moab Museum, they don't talk.
Yeah.
You just see them taking it in. And even in them just seeing them taking in the museum, you can see them growing together. You can see them learning more and more about each other in the silence of that moment. And in the beauty of the pictures that Barry Jenkins is painting there. So it's just not one false note in this film at all. And I love the imagery of this relationship being a soap bubble, because that is exactly what it is. It has its highs, and then it comes drifting down low again as they bump up against each other, because she, the way that she walks through this world, I love your terminology for ethereal, bumps up against his more hardened view of the world of San Francisco, primarily because he was homegrown. She's a transplant.
Right.
So he has seen the gentrification from before and recognizes what's happening now.
Right.
Where she is coming on the arm of someone else.
Right.
So she's seemingly oblivious to what's going on because of how she walks through the world. But she's still open to it.
Yeah,
She's still open to the contextualizing of it, but sees through that in, okay, but what's that saying about you? And why have you taken this on as almost like your armor? Like this is who you are.
Right.
When obviously you're so much more.
Right.
I was taken in by when they returned to his apartment. And never mind that, there's not a person in the world who even knew that there was a job such as, being a crafter of aquariums. Like, I immediately is like, I'm looking on the wrong remote job list. Like, what?
You're like, I guess somebody has to
do it. Right? It's one of them things like...
I never thought about it,
but I suppose somebody
has to do it.
You know what I mean? So, so never mind that.
Right.
But the first thing I said was like, he's got a lot of plants in his apartment. This is obviously a deeper brother than you think. Right. Like, because I'm just saying, because these were healthy plants, Vincent. They were big plants.
My niece said years ago, she said, you can always tell a bachelor's apartment because it doesn't have rugs. Okay. That's what you made me think of.
Okay. Well, it was a small apartment. He didn't have rugs, but he had plants.
He did. Like you said, healthy big plants.
Healthy big plants. Yeah, bachelors don't have big plants. Right. Now you realize that he's recently out of a relationship.
I was just about to say that.
He was, and it was just about a relationship that was meant a lot to him. The man made graphics about his relationship. That's how you know when you make a graphic about the breakup, you know this was a hard one.
And took her bike.
He took it back.
Took her bike back.
He took it back.
I've heard people get tight about T-shirts and perhaps hoodies, but dag.
It ain't like he went in the house and disassembled like the washing machine.
Or took the hammer and started knocking down the mantle.
That's my drywall.
Right. I'm like, these are tough breakups.
It's real.
Right.
It's real. So, but I just loved his character. Now, to the point though, I have to admit that the as fleshed out as his character was, I was missing a little bit about her. Because while we learned about the boyfriend,
I have a theory.
We don't learn much about that relationship.
Yes.
You get tidbits, but not a lot. And she doesn't really reveal a lot about herself.
She does not. I think that's intentional.
I think
I think that is 100%. I think she starts with a lie.
Well, true. She does. So
we hear her lie to her boyfriend on the phone.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
What you doing? Oh, just having coffee.
Well, she was.
Right. So we
have a lie of omission.
We have an actual lie, and then we have a lie of omission.
Yes.
I think Jo is slippery on purpose. To that point, in your description, I think generalized readings of the film, this is not a reading that I necessarily disagree with, nor do I have a lot of ground to stand on to disagree with. You referred to her boyfriend as her white boyfriend. There is never a moment in this film.
She never acknowledged this as that.
Where she says,
that's true.
I have a white boyfriend.
That is true.
Nor is there a moment in this film, much like with Micah's MySpace account, where you see the picture of his white ex-girlfriend. You never see her boyfriend.
That's true.
We assume he is white. And I think, big ass round stone, and he's a curator in San Francisco. Sounds like some white boy stuff. Black people are curators.
You're absolutely right.
And the way she challenges his blackness, this notion that your blackness is defined by this struggle, your blackness is defined by this pushback. Like you were saying, this is the only way to define blackness. Like I think it is very important that he didn't know why Black History Month is February.
Yeah.
Like he immediately jumped to the knee jerk, well, it's the shortest month of the year, so that's what they get to brothers. And he's like, no. And then she tells, Carter G. Woodson, Negro Week, this, that, and the other. And then he says it in the film when he says, is your boyfriend white? And she says, why does it matter? Does it matter?
She says, does it matter?
And then he says,
yes and no.
Well, yes and no. And I do think there is a version of this film that when her boyfriend is black, it does something to the dynamic. And again, I think even Barry Jenkins would say that her boyfriend is white. Like Barry Jenkins talks about part of the reason he wrote the script because he had broken up with a non-black partner and he was sort of examining the dynamic of being in an interracial relationship and this, that, and the other. But it's not on the screen.
No, it's not.
So, but part of it not being on the screen, to your point, Jo is not that transparent.
Yeah.
Jo is, but again, that's part of why I love her so much. Like you do not get black female characters like this.
That's true. That is very true. And those are the characters that when you get them, it feels that much more substantial. Even though it's not there, it feels that much more real.
Look, and we talk about this often where you have these men that kind of make these moves that serve the plot based on their attraction to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman has to be, and how realistic is it to us as the viewer? And I thought Tracy Higgins' Jo 100% embodied this woman.
Yeah.
That this young man completely is just trying to figure out.
That's always, yeah.
How to keep her around. Like, I just don't want you to go. But I think part of that is you got to keep them a little bit at a distance, keep your mystery. But that's also back to where we started, why this thing has an expiration date.
That's true. That's true. It's funny now that we're talking about the film in this term, in this way. It has me thinking about She's Gotta Have It. And
of course,
and how Spike Lee creates that character. And I think and mind you, it's what, 20, 30 years before.
Yeah.
But he's trying to create kind of like a similar elusive character.
Right.
But I don't think he has the nuance that Barry Jenkins brings to this character.
Right.
To Jo's character. And unfortunately, that has been a blind spot for Spike in all of his movies.
Well, I think, now it's however many years later, and we have Moonlight, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If Beale Street Could Talk. I think there's always this delicacy to Barry Jenkins' filmmaking. Like it's this sort of fine-tuned nuance to the way he creates these characters that obviously it starts here. So that, and then, let's be clear, like comparing it, that's like saying, I don't know, Miles Davis is better than Louis Armstrong. But part of the reason Miles Davis can be Miles Davis
is because
Louis Armstrong was Louis Armstrong.
Right.
Let's be clear. Like, part of the reason you can make this is because
of Spike.
Because of She's Gotta Have It.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that's fair though. Like, just if you want to compare him, if you take out the historical part.
Yeah. Yeah. But also you touched on the cinematography a little bit. The desaturation that happens in this film, I love it. Mm-hmm. I'm a sucker for that type of stuff, right? But I especially love it because, to circle back to your metaphor, your image metaphor, the bubble bursts at the end of the film.
There it is.
And you're no longer looking through these soapy lens, and it's full color.
Back to life.
It's back to reality.
Back to reality.
As she rides away.
Yeah.
And he's
back to the here and
left
now
with his fish and his plants.
Yeah.
Asleep.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, this was doomed to fail from the beginning. Not just because of the fleetingness of it.
Yeah.
But because this brother hunted this woman down.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Showed up at her house.
Yes, he did.
With her wallet.
Yeah.
And his bike.
Yeah.
And had not showered.
No, he had not. And then pressured her for him to come in.
And pressured him to come in.
Yeah.
And then spent the day.
Yeah.
Unshowered.
Yeah. Until she told him to take a shower.
And that was only because he was going to get into the bed.
Get into his bed. Yeah.
In his bed.
Dude.
With his clothes
with
on.
his clothes.
With his, as I've heard, his outside
with his
outside clothes.
Len, I said the same thing. I said, "Oh, Mr. Blackity Black, I see you getting in bed with your outside clothes. Apparently, you weren't raised by black people. You all blackity black.
You was raised by wolves.
Right? My goodness, those your outside clothes
On your funky ass.
Yeah, all true.
This was doomed.
Right,
Like,
right.
dog, you was lucky for every minute you got.
Look,
Every minute.
in his defense,
What?
I don't think he wanted to leave her. Like, I don't think he wanted
know.
to leave the room.
I know, he wanted
like,
to believe.
At one point, he says to her, I have to pee. I think he knew what was going to happen actually was going to happen. Like, as soon as I close my eyes, as soon as I take my eyes off of her, she's going to leave.
She's ghost. She's ghost, and it's just gonna be nothing but a ruby red slipper. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And look, I will cape up for it. You've been married for a long time. I'm a hopeless romantic. There have been times when you'd be like, just stay. It's a little longer. Because you just know. You just know, man.
Look, again, I think because I've been married for so long, I can appreciate this depiction.
Yeah.
You know, and you know me, I love the kids. Like, it's such a young people story.
It is. It is.
You know, it's such a young people story.
It is, very much so.
You know, they went to the supermarket together.
Man, they cook together.
I was about to say they cooked together. I was like, oh, look at them playing house.
Well, that's what you do. That's what that is. Well, that's what because it's the full circle.
Right.
They had the whole deal.
Yeah, had the whole deal.
They got pissed at each other.
Yeah.
And then, then they kind of made up, and then it's like, and scene.
And scene.
So, Vincent.
Yeah.
Would you recommend medicine for melancholy?
Not only would I recommend medicine for melancholy, a sliver. Love Jones is my favorite black romance, but only a sliver more than this. I absolutely adore this film. And I have been consistent. Like, I remember seeing this in I think we went and saw it at the Ritz downtown here in Philadelphia. Like, I remember, like, I was obsessed with this movie. Like, I pulled out an old filmmaker magazine with an interview with Barry Jenkins. He looks like a little boy. He's all Barry Jenkins now. But, like, he's in 2008, he looked like a kid. And they look like kids. I think this is an extraordinary film. I really, really do. I think I'm so happy for Barry Jenkins. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of him, what he has done since then. I wish Tracy Higgins would work more. She's not worked as much as I wanted her to work since then. Quite honestly, I'm I'm ready. You know how you how like you grow a plant or like you take care of a pet or a bird and then you let it go.
Yeah,
like it's ready to live on. Like, I'm just now ready to let Taylor Page go. Like, I feel like Taylor Page is good. Like, I don't have to be on Taylor Page like I've been since Gene of the Joneses. Like, it looks like Taylor Page is good now.
Right.
But now I'm back to Tracy Higgins. Like, I'm waiting for that moment for her to get her side. And then Wyatt Cenac has had a long, successful career since then. So, yeah, I absolutely, categorically cannot recommend this film enough.
Yeah, well, I agree. I think it's a beautiful film. I think it is charming. It's funny in places. It's thoughtful. It's evocative. It's sexy. And it's real. It's heartfelt. And what I love about this and the best romantic movies, for me anyway, that it feels a little familiar. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And for Barry Jenkins right out the box to not only have written this movie, but directed this film, like as smartly as this is directed, he's not trying to like go over the top with bells and whistles and, you know, like I've been waiting to do this angle for like 10,000 years, you know what I mean? Like no, man, it's the economy of how he still directs this moment is all the more powerful when you know this is his first feature film.
Yeah.
It's so smart. Absolutely. And this would, I think, you know, to your Love Jones, this would make a nice double feature.
Yeah.
With Love Jones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
All right. That is our review of Medicine for Melancholy. Before we tell you what we're going to be reviewing next week here on the Micheaux Mission, I invite you to find our website, micheauxmission.com. 2 Men, 1 Podcast, every black film ever made, where you can find out you can sign up for our newsletter. You can see what all the events that we have coming up. You can listen to all of the shows, and you can find all the places that the show is available. We're available on Apple. We're available on Spotify. We're available on Pandora. We're available on iHeartRadio. We're available where you find podcasts. You will find the Micheaux Mission, and that includes YouTube, where you can follow, subscribe, hit the bell, be notified of when we go live. You can please leave us a 5-star rating and a review. We really appreciate that because that helps people find the show. The Micheaux Mission is also a proud member of the Believe Podcast Network, BLEAV, every sport, every topic, everywhere. Go to Believe.com and check out all of the podcasts that they have there, including the Micheaux Mission, which is available on any social media at Micheaux Mission. All right? What else we got there? I tell you what we've got. We've got our home right here at Young Junk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast palace. If you want to have your podcast at any place in Philly, then it needs to be with the guys at Young Junk. Go to youngjunk.com and make it so. Next week, here in the month of togetherness, we are returning again to another selection by Vincent, but this time it's from 2023, and we are going across the pond.
Across the pond, baby. To London town.
London town, that is right, where we will be visiting director Rain Allen Miller's smart little romantic comedy starring David Johnson and Vivian Opara, Rye Lane. Right here on the Micheaux Mission. Until he can't wait.
I love this little movie.
Until next week. He's been sitting.
Y'all go watch Rye Lane before next week.
Yes, please do that. And then come back here next week.
Oh, yeah.
Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Len, and in parting, we say,
we'll see you when it's time to meet again.
Young John!